The SEC has just dropped a bombshell news that nobody want to hear in reference to Ethereum. So let's just get right to it. Pretty much like a breaking news because the SEC delayed making a decision on spot Ethereum ETF proposal from Franklin Temple and Grayscale. The list goes on for BlackRock and all the other companies that actually put in their applications to provide a spot ETF for Ethereum, just as how they're doing it now for Bitcoin. They do see the potential here, and by the SEC going ahead and delaying this whole situation is that they're trying to make sure that they do not lose this case. This is one of the things that Gary is basically trying to let the court know that, hey, we have evidence to say, hey, Ethereum is a security based on the definition. But, digital currency is something new. A lot of the rules that have been applied for the stock market that have been around forever, okay, does not apply to digital currency. Okay, we know gold, silver, all the intangible type of things where those are considered commodities. Crypto digital currency falls into the same realm. Now the definition is pretty thin, because a lot of the crypto companies that actually started, they had investors put their money in similar to an IPO. But it has changed because it still operates very similar to gold and silver in this day and time. So this is the reason why Gary's having such a hard time getting this court case passed so he can go ahead and win this. And this can be another reason why he delayed this to try to so we can have enough evidence. But the court have actually been coming down on the SEC is that they have been overreaching their power when it comes to crypto companies, especially in this time when it comes to like with Coinbase, XRP. Now they're going after Uniswap. And now we see Ethereum, a spot ETF is starting getting delayed. And they say, hey, you really don't have any evidence here. Show me something that's substantial so we can go ahead and, let you guys know that you're absolutely right. But you really don't have anything. So as a result, you have no case. They need to be a spot ETF. And that's what happened. And the thing is that with BlackRock is so wealthy. BlackRock is roughly in the stock market with just about close to 99.9% of everything that's actually being listed on the stock exchange that's actually making money from goods and services that is publicly traded. BlackRock is involved. BlackRock has donated money to many political parties around the world to basically influence. So this is going to be another tough uphill battle that the SEC is going to go ahead and try to make a reach to try to say, hey, Ethereum as a spot ETF is going to be denied. And I really don't think that this is going to happen. Hey, it may be drawn out, but this is going to come right down to another L that Gary Gensler is actually going to incur. So let's just go into read to see what else is going on. So the agency pushed its timeline to make a decision to June 11, 2024, after which the SEC could approve or disapprove institute proceedings. Now, that's going to be very, very tough. They will probably call Gary Gensler back to the Congress board again to really ask, well, okay, give us some real reasons why you think that it shouldn't actually be approved. So it goes on to say that the SEC also delayed making a decision for a spot ETF proposal for Grayscale. They also went ahead and basically sent information to all the other companies. I'm sure we're going to know that BlackRock is most likely going to get something as well. And this it goes on to say that the commission finds it appropriate to designate a longer period to make action of the proceed rules change so that it has sufficient time to consider proposed rules change and the issues raised therein for the SEC. Franklin Temple filed the S1 registration statement for the Franklin Temple ETF back in February. The funds generally reflect the price of ETH and Coinbase Custody Trust Company, and the Bank of New York Mellon would be the custodian, the firm said. So we always used to hearing about Coinbase being the custodian for Bitcoin and Ethereum. So now they're now involving the Bank of New York Mellon. Now, if we go ahead and drill down to find out what else is actually happening, I can read on. But basically, for lack of a better word, all the companies that actually put in their application is actually going to get this letter. And now the sentiment that's actually happening right now is that a lot of the companies, and will this actually deter people from actually getting into Ethereum? Will this affect the price? It doesn't seem as if it is. We're going to take a look at that in a minute. But this is now going to really get those investors really angry. Expect BlackRock to to push really, really hard, as well as JP Morgan, Fidelity, Grayscale, ARK Invest, and all of them. And they're going to push really hard and be like, well, hey, they're going to put their lawyers on the case and say, hey, teamwork, we're going to make this dream work because we already got a victory, and we're going to use the same template what we did to go ahead and get a spot ETF for Bitcoin. We're going to apply the same thing for spot ETF for Ethereum. This is going to open a door for all crypto. And because you don't know, later on down the line, once a spot ETF is approved for Ethereum and now know it's approved for Bitcoin, you will now maybe see a Dogecoin spot ETF. You may see a SHIB ETF, because these are the ones that are on, like, say, for example, Robinhood and all the other ones that a lot of the institutional investors are familiar with, that have made a lot of people money. So let's see how this is going to happen. The gates are now opening. I know the SEC is trying to keep the gate shut and they're holding on to it, but the force is actually going to be pushing those gates open with all of the big hedge funds investment company. They're going to win this again. Not saying if we're going to get an approval on June 11. But if he does come back or try to come back, you'll see indication where he'll most likely be doing interviews and starting to try to state the case. But there will be a lot of pressure on the SEC, particularly Gary Gensler, to make this one push through. So let's take a look at what's going on in the crypto market right now to see how things are actually responding. Look, Bitcoin is still around at 66,500. We see Ethereum is around the 3,081. The price is starting to rally. And if you guys have been watching the videos, as I mentioned, if you see the Ethereum price get to 3184, and if it gets to 3,200, now we will start to see a little bit of a push, because the sentiment is there. People are now starting to believe. Now, will we see a little bit of retracement? We're going to have to see in the next 24 to 48 hours, even 72 hours, to see if this is actually going to impact the Ethereum price. But the market is actually doing really good. That news came out less than 24 hours ago, and it's been ricocheting around the world. And the stock and the crypto market is open 24 hours a day. People are not selling Ethereum right now. They are buying, because the price that we had about a week ago that actually fell, those were excellent opportunities to take advantage of in dollar cost average. I dollar cost average every 2 weeks. I would have really liked to see the price fall today, because I want to accumulate more. But no matter what, I'm going to buy at whatever price the Ethereum target is at that time, once I put the funds into the crypto market, and I will continue to buy every 2 weeks. And this is the reason why I'm letting you guys know that if you want to be financially secure, you have to stick to a plan. Consistently put a set amount into your pride type of crypto that you believe in, that you know that's going to get there. Make sure it's blue chip tokens. For example, the top, if you want to be really particular, you can go to the top 5. The top 5. I do my 80% on all the blue chips, and the 20% goes on the meme tokens. But right now, you're seeing this price starting to push. This is actually really a good sign. So, and I hope you guys are paying attention to what's going on with the news. So until I see you guys again, we're going to keep watching and see where the SEC is going. We were looking forward to the May 23rd, but not surprised. We know this is going to happen with a delay. So until I see you guys again, you guys have a wonderful day, and peace.